The new season just came out, and I have the best controller binds for everyone who needs a good set of binds to start out the season with. This video is going to focus on claw players only. If you really want to try to be competitive at this game, then there is no better time to switch to claw than right now. Starting off with the PlayStation controllers, and it is my personal recommendation when you're playing on claw. We're going to have X for jump and right stick for crouch. We are playing on claw, so there is no need for us to adjust to right stick jump or something like that. Then we're going to have left stick for our tactical sprint. This is by far the best way for us to sprint, as sprint is such an important mechanic in today's game. Then we're going to have square for reload and interact, which is the default. Then we're going to have triangle pickaxe. Triangle pickaxe is the default, and it's even better when you play on claw. On non-claw, you would have to move your fingers away from the right thumbstick to press the triangle button, which is just not great. It's a lot easier to edit, trust me. Then we're going to have circle for switch mode. Circle switch mode is just as good as triangle switch mode, but it's a lot easier to adjust to because it's the default button for switch mode. So if you've been playing on the default binds, then these are just fine. For editing, we're going to utilize the triggers and bumpers for edit controls. This can be in any particular order, but I prefer select and reset on the right trigger and right bumper respectively. Finally, we're going to have our edit bind set to touchpad. When you're playing on a PlayStation controller, you almost always want to be utilizing touchpad. This is most especially the case for claw because touchpad edit is a whole lot better if you consider that your left index finger is the one pressing the touchpad. Now, if you are playing on the new PS5 controller, then this is definitely a lot harder. So you can substitute this with one of the D-pad options available and replace your map with touchpad instead, but ideally, if you can learn to stretch your fingers all the way, then this is perfect. Here's the rest of the binds that I did not cover. The ones I did cover are the only ones important. These aren't at all significant, the rest are somewhat up to personal preference, but I've adjusted them to what's best based on the adjustments we've made to the important binds, and you can copy and paste and feel free to pause the video if you need to. Next up, we have the Xbox controllers, and I'll make this quick since Xbox controllers are pretty straightforward, more straightforward than the PlayStation controllers. We're going to stick with A for jump and right stick for crouch. Pretty standard fare here. Then we're going to have X as our tactical sprint bind. We're going to be playing on right hand claw, so this is the button we're utilizing for that. It's a lot easier to sprint with X, and placing X on one of our face buttons is a whole lot more valuable than placing reload or whatever useless bind it may be. Then we're going to have reload and interact on the top D-pad, with our pickaxe being on B. B and Y are effectively the same, but we're going to keep it at B for now. Then we have switch mode, which we will put on left stick. Then we're going to have once again the triggers and bumpers for editing. Same principle, right trigger and right bumper for select and reset respectively. And finally, we're going to have edit on Y, which is by far one of the best edit binds for any controller available. Face buttons will always be much faster than any other button on a controller, so this is a great bind placement if you ask me. Here's the rest of the controller binds that I didn't cover. Most of these are just copy paste, so feel free to pause the video if you need to. These aren't really significant enough to warrant attention, but still important in keeping your binds clean and fresh.